So good morning. My name is Paul Avison. I'm a product specialist for Viavi Solutions. And what I'm going to talk about this morning is the use of the FastIL function to screen MPO connectors, particularly before you do a full insertion loss return loss test. So I have a MAP 300 with the PCT-MAX application running. I have this configured as it's actually a multi-mode system with a switch. So I have my device under test, my MPO cable connected between my reference cable and the power meter with an integrating sphere. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go and create a script. So if I go into the database and I go into the test scripts, I actually already have a script configured. So I'm just going to copy that script, and I'm just going to rename that as just 12 fiber MPO FastIL recording. Okay. So now I've created a new script. I can actually go and look at the script in detail. So the way I've configured this, if I look at the test steps, so the first test step that I've created, so on the left-hand side, you have the measurement setup. So I have all 12 paths of my switch. I'm using a single wavelength. So the key thing is that I have the insertion loss only box clicked and the fast insertion loss box clicked as well. So, and I only have one of my two insertion loss and return loss measurements enabled as well. So I just have the IL measurement enabled. So this will do a FastIL measurement, a pre-screen of the connector. My second step is the full insertion loss, return loss. So I'm doing both insertion loss and return loss. So my pass-fail criteria, 0.35 dB for insertion loss and 35 dB for return loss. So I'm doing the full insertion loss, return loss, and I have this set up as a 2-second per channel per wavelength. So it takes somewhere between 40 and 50 seconds for a full connector. Okay, and then my third step is I'm just reversing the connector to do the other end. Okay, so I'm just going to press update. And now let's go and run that script. What I have previously done is I've just made sure all the connectors are clean. So this is my connector under test, or one of the ends of my device under test. So you can see this is clean and it's passed the IEC standards for inspection. Okay, so if I go into DUT-aware mode or the scripting mode, and if I already have a device under test set up, so a 12 fiber multi-mode MPO. So if I just select the script that I just created, and I'm just going to add a single serial number. Okay, so just a random number, and I'm going to start the script. So the idea of this is that MPO connectors typically are not particularly close to 100% yield. So because the actual insertion loss return loss test process takes some time, again 40 to 50 seconds, it's useful to have a fast screening process before you go through that full test. So I'm now in the test step 1 of 3. So if I press the start button, you can see that it will run through the FastIL step. So within a few seconds, maybe 2 or 3 seconds, we've got the results for insertion loss for this device, and you can see that it's failed on some of the fibers. So typically, what we would do here is we would cancel the test and we would clean and we would remanufacture the end face here. So just for comparison, what I'm going to do now is just go to the main insertion loss return loss step. I'm just going to start that measurement. So you can see this takes more time than the simple insertion loss measurement. But what you can also see is that the insertion loss values are actually very close to the FastIL values as well.